Hello everybody and welcome to the 51st episode of the FC24 Youth Academy series with Charlton Athletic. Alright, so last episode we played against Chelsea, Brighton, Newcastle, and City. We won all 4 of those games. We launched ourselves at the top of the table, and I believe we're 6 points ahead of second placed Arsenal. We're focusing on the rest of the December games this episode, but because these teams are not that high on the table, I am considering simming them. I really want to get forward in the season so that we can get to next season where we will definitely be playing European football. If we just quickly look at the standings, yep, it's right there. We're at 36 points and Arsenal are at 30. They do have a better goal difference, but it's only better by 5. We've only lost 1 game in the season, and we've only conceded 13 goals. The best defense in the league. We're on fire right now. Let's see if we can continue it. Player of the episode for episode 50 was Wesley Liang. Every time this guy played for us last episode, he was so proactive. His passes were great, his movement was very good, his dribbling was great, and of course he got several goals and several assists. It's really nice to see this from a player who came from our academy. I really hope he has a great future with our club. I hope he stays with us throughout the rest of the series. I did not touch his potential, which is currently at 85. Instead, I opted to increase other aspects of his attacking attributes like finishing, attack positioning, short pass, and stuff like that. Our first opponents for the episode are Norwich City. They're sitting in 16th place with only 1 win in their last 5 matches, and that did come 5 matches ago. It's been a while since they've gotten 3 points in a match. Taking a look at the generated players that Norwich City have. First one here is Isiaka Dione, 80 rated 18-year-old left winger who's 5'10" from Mali, 86 pace, 81 dribbling, really good option for them on the left wing. Next is Finley Finch, who's 75 rated at the age of 20. He's 5'11" from England. He has good pace, but his defending needs work, and he probably won't be featuring for Norwich in the game against us. Next up is another defender, Antonio Guirao, 81 rated 21-year-old center back, 6 foot from Spain. This guy's a great defender, good overall. I think he should be starting for Norwich. Next is Lucas High, 80 rated 18-year-old center back, 6'1" from England, really good physicals, slightly worse than Antonio Guirao. I'm not sure if he's confirmed to be starting. This guy probably should be featuring against us. Next up is a striker who's kind of in form right now, Peter Mullen, 79 rated 21-year-old striker from Northern Ireland who's 6 foot. He's not the greatest passer, but he has decent dribbling, pace, and shooting. He's got a couple goals in the Prem so far. Next up is Chun So Shin, 81 rated 19-year-old goalkeeper, 6 foot from South Korea. This guy's a good player. He's also Norwich's best goalkeeper in terms of overall, so we definitely should be seeing him play against us. Alright, so this is a match that I am going to be simming. Whenever I've done a quick sim with a lower quality team, it's very hard to get a good result. Hopefully that changes here. If we're taking a look at the starting 11, it's our best starting 11 that we have available, and Yeni, Guzmao, Ayala as our striker and wingers, Madigan, Ganyan, and Gilzin as our midfielders, Balkan, Antanes, Naholo, Taverner as our defenders, and Anandi as our keeper. Let's quick sim this one, and we end up winning 2-1. Goals from Gilzin and Nyeni see us pick up another 3 points here. Alright guys, before we continue any further in this episode, I forgot to go over several Youth Academy promotions we've made to the first team. We've got a lot of the Youth Academy coming into the main squad, so let's go over all the promotions. First up here is Gamal Germoni, 64 rated 19-year-old keeper from Algeria. He's 6'3". We will definitely be loaning him to increase his overall. Next is Gaspar Gurgo, 64 rated 19-year-old center back from Hungary. He's 6'5" with great physicals. This guy is also getting loaned. Next is Zeki Yakovo, 65 rated center midfielder, 19 years old from Cyprus, who's 6'1". Good pace on him and pretty well-rounded stats. Again, this guy's getting loaned. Next up is Yosefo Latoa. We've seen this guy before in the Youth Academy. 67 rated at the age of 18, 6 foot from Samoa. Good physicals. I would like to see his defending get better, and we will be loaning him. Next is Bertel Jarnefelt, 70 rated 16-year-old from Sweden who plays on the right wing and is 5'9". His pace isn't great, but he's only 16. He has so much growing to do. This is an exciting prospect that we will be loaning. The next is Martin Nevenzel, 70 rated 19-year-old right winger from the Netherlands Antilles, but he's actually from Curacao. He's 5'9" with 83 pace. If we get this guy loaned out and he does increase in his overall, he could be an asset for us immediately. And finally, we have Florence Ravensloot, 71 rated 18-year-old Dutch right winger who's 6 foot, doesn't have good pace, but again, once we loan him out, get his overall up, hopefully that pace increases and he'll be a good player for us. Alright guys, we got an update from the Indonesian scouting report, but I don't think there's any players that are too good that we are desperate to promote right now. I am taking a look at this guy, Denny Pangalila. His overall looks really good for the age of 15, but his potential does need work, so we'll wait another month. Alright guys, our next opponents in the league are Southampton, who are currently sitting in 17th place. Just like Norwich, they only have one win in their last 5 matches, so this is a good opportunity for us to solidify ourselves at the top of the table. The first generated player that Southampton have is Marcus Downey, 81 rated 21-year-old striker from Scotland who's 5'9". He has really well-rounded stats for a forward. His passing is not bad at all for someone who's an out-and-out striker. Next up for Southampton is Raffaele Mazzotta, 81 rated 18-year-old CDM, 6'1" from Italy. A lot of play styles, really good pace, and really good physicals. Next is Alex Orquera, 81 rated 20-year-old right midfielder who's 6 foot and from Argentina. 3 play styles, 85 pace, so he's not the fastest, but it's pretty decent pace for a 6 foot player at the age of 20. Well-rounded stats in terms of shooting and passing, as well as dribbling. And finally, we have Miguel Sacristan, 81 rated 21-year-old center midfielder, 6'1" from Spain. He's not the fastest, but the rest of his stats look good. No messing about, guys. We've only made one change to the starting 11. We've just replaced Jordan Balkan with Mohsen Fala at left back. Let's get into the quick sim. And we end up losing here. Downey scored twice for Southampton. That's unfortunate. Alright, I'm looking at our next opponents now. We're facing Leicester City. They're rock bottom in the league right now. Their squad is not good at all. They've lost 4 games consecutively, and they don't have a single win in their last 5 matches. Really poor from Leicester. The first generated player that Leicester has is Obi Chijioke. We've seen this guy before. He's an excellent midfielder, 85 rated at the age of 23. He's from Nigeria. He's a CDM and he's 5'9". Every bit of his stats look great. His physicals are insane. This is a very good player. If Leicester City go down next season, I'm definitely interested in buying this player. Next up is another midfielder. It's Ellis Fawcett, 79 rated 18-year-old center midfielder, 6 foot from England, well-rounded stats, a pretty typical midfielder. Next is Martin Karstensen, 80 rated 19-year-old keeper from Denmark who's 6'1". His best stat is his reflexes. Next is Hugh Lister, 78 rated 19-year-old center back from England who's 6 foot, decent defending and physicals. Next up is Niall McCauley, 75 rated 19-year-old striker from Northern Ireland who's 5'10". Very good pace, but that's about it. His shooting is not great. Next is Teddy Metcalf, 79 rated 20-year-old center back, 6'2" from England. Pretty decent pace for a center back and decent defending and physicals. We've only made one change to the starting 11 and we've just brought Jordan Balkan back at left back to replace Fala. Let's get into the quick sim, and we end up drawing with Leicester. They score an 88th minute equalizer. That's super annoying. Lamar Gilzine gets on the score sheet again this episode. Alright guys, we've got one more Youth Academy promotion to go over. I just got an email that Pedro Chiguano was unsettled in the Youth Academy, so we promoted him. He's 69 rated as a left winger and 17 years old. He has 77 pace and 75 dribbling, so that's pretty good. If we get him loaned out, he will grow nicely. Taking a look at Charlton's next opponents, we're facing 10th placed Fulham. They have a decent attack and defense, but they only have one win in the last 5 matches, just like the other teams we faced this episode. So now let's take a look at their generated players. First up is Waldo Gary, 80 rated 19-year-old center midfielder, 6'2" from Switzerland. Those stats are really green. They're very well rounded. Next up is Paul Geldhoff, 82 rated 23-year-old left midfielder, 5'8" from Belgium. 86 pace is very good, as well as is 82 dribbling. Next is Fabian Colton, 78 rated 19-year-old center back, 6'5" from Poland. His defending and physical stats look pretty decent. I'm not sure he's going to get the start though. Next is Nicola Marchion, 81 rated 19-year-old left midfielder, 5'11" from Switzerland. 88 pace is very good. Next is Eduardo Peñalosa, 83 rated 21-year-old striker, 6'2" from Mexico. Looks to have pretty good pace and shooting. His passing's not bad and his dribbling's good as well. Alright, since we have a game in about 2 days time, we are having to rotate a bit here. We're going to be starting Wesley Liang instead of Anyeni at striker. We've got Danny Spadaro coming in at right wing to replace Ayala, and we've also got Mohsen Fala coming back in at left back to replace Jordan Balkan. Let's get straight into the quick sim. And we end up winning. That's super good. Nelson Guzmao gets the winner in the 86th minute, and Wesley Liang also scored. Alright guys, we're going to be taking a look at Crystal Palace here, who are our next opponents. We're going to be playing this game, so it's important we get good intel here. They're in 8th place, like I said, 85 rated attack, 81 rated midfield, and 84 rated defense. They're undefeated in their last 5 matches, picking up 4 wins in that time. Very good form from this team, and they have a very informed striker. Like I said, Crystal Palace's striker is very in form right now. Zaman Aktuk, 85 rated 20-year-old striker, 5'9" from Morocco with 88 pace, 83 shooting, and 82 dribbling. This guy has so many goals in the Premier League right now. He looks unstoppable. I'm going to take a look at his stats right now. Yeah, Aktuk is currently second in the Golden Boot race with 14 goals in 19 matches. The only person better than him is our very own Faisal Andrio, playing for Arsenal, scoring 19 goals in 18 matches. touches. That's insane. Next for Crystal Palace is Ian Beveridge, 81 rated 18-year-old right midfielder from Scotland who's 5'10", good play styles and decent pace. Next is Damian Lutka, 78 rated 18-year-old center midfielder from Germany who's 6 foot. Good pace for a midfielder. The rest of his stats are really well rounded, but his overall isn't great. Next up is Crystal Palace's starting center back Justin McGonk, 85 rated 21-year-old center back, 6'5" from Belgium, 86 defending and 84 physicals, is very, very good. Next is Edvin Ronberg, 80 rated 19-year-old center back, 6'1" from Sweden, not the best pace, but very good physicals. Nathan Skelton is Crystal Palace's backup keeper, 81 rated 19-year-old goalkeeper who's 6'1" from England. As for the starting 11, we're going with our best starting 11. So we've got Anyani starting up front with Guzmao and Ayala as our wingers, Madigan, Gilzine, Ganyan as our midfield, with Jordan Balkan, Antunes, Naholo, and Taverner as our defensive back line, and Anamdi as our goalkeeper. Alright, we've simmed several games now. We've only lost one in that time, so we've only lost one of the games we've simmed, so I think that's a success. Regardless of the result, I'm actually looking forward to a pretty good game here against Crystal Palace. They're a local rival of ours, and I'm really glad they're really competitive this season. Let's get into it. It's Charlton Athletic versus Crystal Palace at the Valley. Good chance here for Crystal Palace. Namdi was able to shut out Eberici Eze. Razaman Aktuk was really well placed there to get the rebound and an easy finish. We were under a lot of pressure here. It's really good dribbling. We probably should have defended better, and that's really unfortunate to concede. Ooh, Bobby Madigan over the top here to Nelson Guzmao. He's got to be smart with how he plays. Here's Nelson Guzmao. The effort has been blocked. Abelard and Yeni looking to use his pace, but he has to beat a strong Margehi. Gets some space anyways, and it's a good save by Goodman. Ooh, very good effort there by Abelard and Yeni. The header is over the bar, though. Another corner for us, and there's Nyani! That's probably the best save that Goodman has produced in this game. That was really important to keep Crystal Palace's lead intact. That's a good attempt by Crystal Palace, but it's never going to beat Anamdi.
Huh?
That's a handball. No. We're putting somebody on the line right now. We have to stop it. Ganyan off the line. What a joke. What a joke. No, this can't be a goal. No. Everything is crumbling because of a handball by Bobby Madigan. Oh, good pass here to Nelson Guzmao. He has to abuse his pace here. He just has to. Here's Nelson Guzmao. And we've got the equalizer. He's got the composure to tuck that away. We were really dependent on him there. Desperate for the equalizer. We spent so much time in this match trying to cope with Crystal Palace. And we finally get a really good chance, and we've converted it. And here he is, trying to unleash Nelson Guzmao again. There's Nelson Guzmao to save by Goodman, but it's a poor attempt. Oh, very good slide tackle by Fala there. And the game has ended 1-1. Our fans are really not happy with this result. I'm hesitant to be disappointed here, honestly, because Crystal Palace is a really good team. We created so much space for ourselves, but we just couldn't create really good shots. Honestly, all because of Margehi. He had an outstanding match at center back, and he's kind of the reason we haven't scored more. Alright guys, we are officially within the January transfer window, but I'm not really convinced that we need reinforcing in any area right now. I think we have performers in every area of the pitch. Obviously our defense has been pretty good this season and our attack isn't that great, but I'm fine with the attackers we have right now, and I think we're just going to wait till the summer to save the money that we made in the previous window to actually make crucial signings when we have to play in European competitions. I also do want to see what the loans do to all the new youth academy promotions that we've made as well. Alright guys, we've got an FA Cup tie here against Northampton Town. They've won 2 matches out of their last 3. They don't have a good squad, so we will be seeing a lot of our bench players feature in this game. There are a lot of changes we've made to this starting 11, so I'm just going to let you guys take a look at this here. The only players that are not being moved from the first team are Madigan, Ganyan, and Anamdi. The rest are the second team players. Let's get straight into the quick sim. And we end up winning 1-0. That's good to see. We had 17 shots. That's pretty good. Alright guys, we've got a scouting update from Kuwait to take a look at here. There are 2 players that we can take a look at here. It's this guy and this guy, but I do want more information on them before signing them up, so we're going to wait a month. Next is the update from Belize. Let's take a look at these players. None of these guys are that good. I will say that this guy right here looks pretty decent. His overall looks pretty good, but his potential does need work, so we'll wait a month for him. Alright, our final opponents for this episode are Aston Villa. They're currently in 7th place with a 5-star squad. They've picked up 2 wins in their last 5 matches, but it's kind of inconsistent form in that time. Let's take a look at the generated players. First up here is Blaise Lequeza, 82 rated 19-year-old striker from the Democratic Republic of Congo. He's 6'1" and he has 80 pace and 82 dribbling. Liam Mann is an 80 rated 20-year-old center back, 6'1" from England. Doesn't have the best pace, but his physicals are very good. Next up is Ethan Probert, 81 rated 21-year-old center back from Wales, who's 6'1". His pace is okay. His dribbling is also pretty good too, and he has good defending at 82. Alright guys, we're going with another full strength side, except for the fact that we're replacing Bobby Madigan at left center mid with Santi Aburto just to give him more playtime, but otherwise this is our full strength side. Aston Villa are a good team, but they're not in the best of form, so it's a good chance for us to get 3 points here. I'm confident of that. Let's get straight into this. It's Aston Villa versus Charlton Athletic. Whoa, good chance for us. Jordan Balkan with a very, very good press there, putting so much pressure on Aston Villa's back line. Oh, good steal there by Sean Ayala. He's going to actually shoot himself, but the save from the Villa keeper actually touches Ayala, and it's going to be a goal kick. We've also got this injury from Santi Aburto. He's gone down. We're going to have to take him off. Whoa. No. Nope, that is just sabotage. That is completely uncharacteristic of Denny Antonez. He literally just makes way for Wahid here. Take a look at this. This is really good dribbling. Jordan Balkan was really beaten here. Denny Antonez backing off. Opens up the angle, and Wahid's going to take that. Disgusting goal to concede. This is just the game's engine screwing me. Good pace. Here's Wahid. It's going to be another goal. We've somehow... It's still in play, and it's a goal for Aston Villa, which is ruled out for offside. Nelson Guzmão using his pace. He's got some space, and we've hit the woodwork. Going to try to cross that again. Sean Ayala, can we get the header? No, I think Aston Villa escape here. Good work here by Abelard and Yeni. Here's Lamar Gilzine trying to find Ayala, and he's not going to get a shot away. No, there is no world where we haven't made that pass. Gilzine to Nelson Guzmão. We get another chance, and we get an equalizer. That is super lucky. Very, very fortunate, but Nelson Guzmão picks up another goal in this episode. We've been a little bit better in this second half after a disappointing first half. Lucky for us, that ball comes back into the path of a Portuguese winger, and we've equalized. Ayala into Yeni's path. That's a good strike, but Trubin has saved it. Wait, there's a chance for us! What a strike by Nelson Guzmão. The composure and the placement there is world class. Nelson Guzmão picks up his second of this game. The pass was deflected, but that shot certainly wasn't. Its path was divine, and we've got a lead here. Lays that off. Here's Danny Spadaro. I'm not sure if he's offside. I believe he is. Sunfala here to Wesley Liang. There's a chance to bury the game, and that's a good save. One of the last chances that Aston Villa have here to equalize. Oh, that's good space here for Moussa Diaby, but Jordan Balkan has read that well. Oh, we finally get away with it, and the game has ended. We pick up the 3 points after a very well-fought match. We went 1-0 down, and we were not good in the first half. Definitely not worthy of a win, but the second half, we made adjustments. We were able to pivot, and Nelson Guzmão comes up very, very good for us, scoring 2 goals and just being all over the place on that left wing, causing havoc. This is a very, very good victory for us. Alright, looks like Santi Aburto only bruised his shoulder last game, so he'll only be out for 6 days. Alright, the final scouting report from Indonesia has just come in. I still believe the best player is Denny Pangalila here. He's only 15 and his overall is really good. He's also 6 foot. That is very exciting, so we'll be signing this guy up for sure. We are now sending Ian Firth to Montenegro for any type of player. Alright guys, right before we end this episode, we are just going to sim this FA Cup tie against Brentford. Let's just take a look at their team. They've got 2 wins in their last 5 matches, and they do have a pretty good team, so this might be a difficult match. The first generated player that Brentford have is Nicholas Goldbeek, 78 rated 18-year-old CDM from Denmark, who is 6 foot. Next is Chris Larmer, who's also CDM, 78 rated at the age of 19, who's 6'2" from Northern Ireland. Next up is the 6'6" Fidele Vasali in the net for for Brentford, 80 rated, 22 years old, from Italy. We've also got Marquise Webb, who's 79 rated, 21-year-old center back, 6'1" from the United States. The team that takes on Brentford is essentially unchanged. We're just bringing on Bobby Madigan to replace Aburto. Let's get into the quick sim. And we end up losing 2-1. That is super unfortunate. I did not want that to happen. I guess this is what we risk when we quick sim. That's unfortunate. Alright guys, we are officially done with the January transfer window, and we are done with this episode. We technically went over so many games. We are now in the month of February, and we're already facing Norwich City again in the league. Let's take a look at the games we played. Alright, so we beat Norwich, lost to Southampton, drew against Leicester, beat Fulham, then we drew against Crystal Palace when we played them, we beat Northampton in the cup, then we beat Villa in the league when we played them, and we unfortunately lost against Brentford in the cup. So it's kind of a mixed bag of results, but the main focus of the league games was overall good, and I believe we are still at the top of the Premier League. Yeah, although the gap between us and Arsenal has definitely tightened, we are still in the lead right now. There are 18 games left to play in the league season. We have 47 points accrued so far. We still have the best defense in the league. If we can just get our attack going a bit better, if we can get Sean Ayala clicking more consistently, I believe that we can definitely stay up here. I'm definitely going to be simming more games like we did this episode, so this current table definitely will change. If I'm going to make a prediction just based off of that alone, I think Arsenal are going to take the title, but my focus was never on the title. It was just on European football. So if we're going to get Champions League as a minimum, that's pretty crazy to me. I'll take that. I'll even take Conference League football. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it there for this episode. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like down below. Make sure you leave any comments and suggestions you have in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you in the next one.